Hi, I'm Catherine.
And I'm Wayne.
And we are French living in our 70s.
Awesome. We did it right.
We're sorry we haven't posted any videos for a little while. We did a little short that turned into a long, but anyways, we Wayne had a little medical non-serious issue.
Yeah.
And so we weren't able to go to the Mediterranean last week like we thought because we were kind of dealing with that. And we did get to go this week. So we wanted to talk to you, first of all, about our second experience with a medical situation and doctors, and also a little bit about our experience traveling to the east coast of France. So we did get recommended a medical clinic in town, short couple blocks away.
Yep.
And so we went to make an appointment, and it was night and day different than what we experienced the first time.
Well, first of all, this is a real medical building looking place. And so we walk in, there's a reception thing, there's a lady sitting there, and there's people in line, and there's offices, and I'm going, okay, this looks familiar. At least there's somebody to speak to.
Right. I mean, we weren't thrown into this empty room with chairs and not even knowing if we were in the right place, you know. So it was totally different than our first experience. And I know we got a lot of people saying, you know, kind of telling us, you know, the French have the best medical and stuff. And we understand that. We weren't criticizing. We were just explaining our, you know, our experience. So
as it turned out, the lady spoke enough English to get us to what we needed, and I got an appointment. And funny enough, that the doctor that I saw was actually a replacement or filling in for the regular doctor, that one of them that was going to be seen. So anyway, she was awesome. Got what we needed, got that taken care of, and then I got another appointment to see the physician to start for the care, and that's huge. So that's next week.
And one of the things, when Wayne said the receptionist spoke a little bit of English, we've found that people are so kind and really try to help us. We try to speak a little French words that we know, and they correct us a little bit in a kind way. And we haven't had anybody really be rude or
nobody.
You know, everybody's very kind.
Sometimes people have like kind of little eye rolls once in a while, but you know, you smile, they smile, and then you get what you want. And we found too that sometimes people want to speak English.
Yeah.
You know, they want to practice their English, and so you can tell that because a lot of their enunciation is pretty good. And you know, and so you kind of go, okay. And so we come back with French, and then we both smile at each other, and it's all good.
Yeah. Anyway, so just to let everybody know, there is civilized medical offices. You know, it was a nice experience for us. So then we took off and went to the Mediterranean. First of all, I've been using booking.com to book hotels, and we've had some really good experience and places with that. And we found a place in Cerbère. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but it's right on the very southeast corner of France. And I found this
so close to the border.
Yeah, it's like 15 minutes from the Spanish border.
In fact, this little city that we're there, half the city is in Spain and half the city is in France.
Yeah.
So that's how close you are.
Yeah. But I found this one online, and showed this, that it had a balcony with this beautiful view of the Mediterranean, and it was only less than 100 euros a night, and that's what we kind of look for. We're you know, budgeting and everything. So we went, and it didn't describe everything. It sounded like it was right on the beach.
Well, first of all, you put the address into GPS, and you go, okay, great. So in this area, the roads go up and back and switch back and up, because everything's built on the hillside.
Yeah, it's like like kind of like you'd see in Italy with the towns built on the hillside.
So we're driving along, and then next thing we're in a residential area, thinking that we're supposed to be in a hotel.
So we didn't know if we were in the right place. So Wayne gets out of the car and then kind of.
Well, it said you're here.
Yeah.
We go, where here? I'm where?
We're at a house.
I'm somebody. I'm at Aunt Louise's house. I don't know.
So anyway, we called them. We got the number and called, and she said, "Oh yeah, you're right outside." And I'm thinking, if you knew we were right outside, why didn't you come outside? Well, what it is more like an Airbnb, and that's fine. It's just not what we were expecting. So anyway, she says you just have to come, down this little driveway and go down some stairs. Well, let me tell you, it's not really stairs. It's more like
steps,
stone rock steps that they kind of
made themselves with cement.
Yeah. So online, it didn't tell you if you have any disabilities, you can't get there.
Yeah, if you were in a wheelchair or you were in a walker or any kind of thing where you had trouble because you just got back from knee surgery,
you couldn't.
It's not happening.
So anyway, so if you have those disabilities, be sure and write to the hotel, quote unquote, and ask them if there's any difficulty getting to the place. So we walked down. I don't know how many feet it was.
There was probably
50.
No, not that many.
50 steps. No, I think there was like
about
50.
20.
I think there was 50.
Well, there was one area where they had actually made stairs, which was actually at their house.
On the other side of their house. So this was kind of like a granny flat, really.
Yeah.
Off the back of
and then the other side of the house were these steps that they made.
Yeah.
And in flip-flops or other than, regular sensible shoes,
yeah,
it was a challenge.
Go ahead. Anyway, we got down there. A nice, very clean, very nice little place called Les Saisons. And the view was exactly what they advertised. It had a balcony where they had chairs and a table that you could put out on the balcony. And we have pictures. I think we already posted those of the view.
The Gulf of Leon, just all spread out in front of you as far as you can see, both left and right, gorgeous. And in the horizon. It
was very, very, very beautiful. And so we went. We decided to drive into town, which is just a couple minutes from there, and go to the little market. And we got some food for dinner and kind of fixed that and sat outside. So it was really nice. We enjoyed it. It just totally wasn't as we expected, which is fine. I mean,
but isn't that why we're here?
Yeah, to get the unexpected.
Yeah, because if you don't want expected, stay home.
You mean if you don't want unexpected?
Right. Yeah, that's right. Stay home, because that's the whole reason why we're here.
So. I mean, everything is unexpected. You think like I was telling Wayne, in my mind, I saw something totally different, and that didn't happen. So totally okay. Another thing I wanted to mention, we took toll roads to get there because it added another hour and a half if you didn't. It was a 4-hour drive, 4.5.
4 hours at least.
Yeah. And on the toll road. And just to let all you people from like the United States, if you're coming to France and you're wondering how it all works, I mean, they have these wonderful service areas with gas stations, restaurants that, are every few miles or
they call it a service center, and it's really what it is.
Yeah.
It isn't just some, gas station with a couple of pumps and somebody comes out with no teeth,
Yeah.
This is a real place. You've got restaurants.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah, very nice. So it's very easy. You want to stop, you pull off.
And petrol.
Yeah. Pull off, get back on. If you have an electric car, they have plug-ins. So that's really easy to do. We only stayed one night. We decided, we just wanted to stay the one night. We did the next morning. We drove into Spain. Took the little drive into Spain.
A little town called Portbou, Portbou, Portbou,
Yeah.
Portbou, and it was very old, Spanish.
Yeah.
Architecture everywhere, beautiful bay. We sat and had a little restaurant, sat and had a drink, and enjoyed the weather. There was like 95 degrees, but they had a breeze, typical Mediterranean idea.
Yeah.
It was great.
And, kids were swimming in the bay. People were swimming, and they had like a big raft, one of those big, I don't know if they're wooden, but they're, people swim to them and lay out on them. So it was really pleasant. And then, of course, in my mind, there was a restaurant in Cerbère that I thought it's outside. It overlooks the bay there, and I thought, let's go have lunch there. So we came back from Spain, and of course, the restaurant doesn't open during the day.
Yeah, there was just, people that are from France are probably rolling their eyes right now. But if you're coming here, they're as serious as a heart attack. They're open till 12 in the morning, 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock till like 12:30, maybe 1.
No. The restaurants are open from 12 noon to 2 or 2:30.
Well, sometimes open in the morning.
That's coffee shop type places, but restaurant type places typically, it's lunchtime, and then they close, and they do not open and serve food again until 7 o'clock at night. So you can't have a late lunch, which is kind of weird because they have late dinners. So but it's their culture. It's what they're used to.
It's not Denny's. It's not Chili's. It's not Olive Garden. You can't just show up.
Yeah. So I mean, you have to plan your day around when you can get food. It's kind of crazy. Yeah. So again, what we did was we ended up going back to the little market. We got some ham and
cheese crackers,
and went and sat by the bay. They had some, what do you call it? Benches, and there was some shade. So we sat there, and as people were walking by, they were saying "Bon appetit" and talking to us in French, and it was kind of fun. So we did a little picnic. So
then we were get out, and we started. Well, we're heading back to home, and we wanted some of the purpose of doing this was to go to Narbonne. We'd heard about it, and we wanted to check it out. Yeah, it's close enough to the Mediterranean experience, but far enough to where you're not paying the big price.
So it's like 20 minutes, 15 minutes from the beach. And so we went to Narbonne. And it was how many population? 60,000?
About 60,000, yeah.
So it's bigger than the closest town to us here. And it was beautiful. It was very clean. It has a canal that runs down the middle of the town.
With canal boats.
The town square, and there was all in the center of the ville, there was shops, all kinds of shops.
Lots of clothes.
Lots of little streets with shops.
If you're a clothes horse, man, you're going to be just in heaven.
Yeah. And, bridges over the canal. And again, we went and found this little cafe that, again, they didn't serve food because it was in the afternoon, but you could get a drink and sit outside and just watch the canal boats go by. And that was very pleasant, a really nice place. It was very nice. So anyway, that was kind of our little trip to the Mediterranean. We didn't spend a lot of time there, but we enjoyed it.
And we probably will go back, but our next one is in July. We're going to, it's our anniversary, and we're going to go spend 3 nights in Paris, and then we're going to drive. To drive. We thought about flying. We're going to drive, and we're going to take the ferry over to England, and then end up seeing some friends and family, and coming back in the same way. And then we were going to stop. We were going to be right there at Cannes, so we're going to be going to Normandy
on the way back.
On the way back for a couple of days, and we wanted to be there. So
It's going to be a big trip, but
we'll have lots of fun stuff to show you.
We might be just posting little short videos.
A lot of those, yeah.
Tell you about it when we get back. But anyway, we really appreciate all of you watching. We appreciate you guys subscribing. It means a lot to us.
Yes, it does. We've got
thank
about
you so much.
2,500 of you have decided to take a chance with us, and thank you so much for that. It's fun. We've been, when we're not feeling well, it's a little hard to do these, but we're on track, and we're going to be all kinds of fun stuff. So summer's awaits.
Yep.
All right.
And it's pretty hot here. It's like 90, 95.
Yes. Yeah. So. But you know, so is probably there. Same with you. So
anyways, all right. Abiento.
Abiento.
We're on our way to the Mediterranean, and we're just looking around here, and it reminds us of California. It's kind of desert looking, dry, a lot different than the west of France. We're now in the east of France. Yeah, it's like Southern California. Temecula, Fallbrook,